Are we playing at the lounge at the local Marriott? No, I don't think it's good, I guess. It's different. But we still haven't found the right song to open the show.
That makes me want to have a cocktail right now.
Feels like I should be talking to Alec Baldwin having a cocktail in a nice suit.
Lounge music and Alec Baldwin, like that would be his theme song.
It would be.
If he were walking down the road and there was someone following him with like a boombox.
That's what you hear with Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, absolutely would be. All right.
What's up there, Foo?
We started show number 4.
We did.
With a nice loungy vibe.
Yeah, it's kind of mellow.
I know, we need like Casey Kasem to start the show off for us now.
Oh, I can do a little Casey Kasem for you.
Oh, God.
Let's keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. It's okay.
It's all right. It's all right. It's not bad.
We got a letter this week from our friend Tom. It says, "Dear Casey."
Dear Casey. So,
I like Michael Jackson, but I don't know where he went. I don't know.
I know exactly where he went. We did a trivia contest last week.
We did.
You owe some people some Dunkin'.
I do.
I want to get right into it.
Yeah.
Rather than make them sit through another hour to find out if they've won.
Yeah.
So basically, I met Mo's challenge, for those who didn't hear, and
I listened to it again. I don't know if you really did. I mean, really, if we go through it, I gave you so many gifts in that show. And all you did was say, "Oh, that's not fair. This one's not fair." And I gave you a gift.
Oh, two-part question. So
gift
two-part questions don't count. Two-part questions don't count.
You should listen to the show.
I did listen to the show. It was great. I did fantastic. So we owe a couple people some gift cards, and it was for the first 2 people who called in. Do you have that? Do you have those?
I do. I have it in our very technical layout here.
Oh, we're so tech savvy here today.
Let's see. Is this the one? No, that's not it.
This is making for a real entertaining show.
Oh, you don't like it? Right, here we
Mo
go.
searches on his cell phone.
I'm an old man. It takes me time. All right, here we go.
Hey, guys. Liz again.
Liz.
Mike, I'm rooting for you. But you know what? You're kind of a wise ass. So if you lose, it is what it is. What you deserve.
She's right. She's right.
I have another topic for you. Sorry to be calling so soon, but I was just talking with a coworker, and I know...
Okay, we're going to do the rest of the Dunkins. We'll get back to this.
Oh, you want to get back to that?
Yeah, we'll get back to that. All right. So Liz, you're getting one of the gift cards.
Liz is getting a gift card.
We'll, if there's time in our very important schedule.
All right, let's see.
We'll get back to
here's another
the rest
call.
of the topic.
All right, let's see.
I think I need to listen to that all over again.
Well, that's someone who doesn't get it. Do you recognize that voice?
Wait, play that again?
All right.
Play that again? I think I need to listen to that again.
I think I need to listen to that all over again.
We don't have... Our message is not that intricate.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
Well, that's not gonna get you a gift certificate. So that was one of the 3 messages. So
and this is the same number. So hold on.
Great. Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Life's short. Call now. This is Tom.
All right, hold on. That is a Jimmy Buffett quote, for the record.
Okay.
That's a Jimmy Buffett song. So this person has listened to my comment about Jimmy Buffett, at least, or it's just a big parrot head.
This is Tom. Apparently,
Is that Tom?
Tom, apparently.
That kills me. But I've got to say that I'm rooting for Mike.
Yes.
I'm rooting for Mike. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's painful. Well, all right. Give me a call back. Maybe I'll call you. The phone doesn't ring. It's me.
Okay, see, that's another Jimmy Buffett reference from Tom. So.
Well, regardless, he told us to call him back, so we're gonna have to call him back on this show.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, we have one more here.
Hi, this is Michelle. I'm rooting for Mike, and I think you should actually give him my gift card.
Oh.
This is Michelle. Bye.
Okay, hold on.
Well, Michelle sounds lovely.
Michelle
absolutely lovely.
Sounds hideous.
No,
I'm sorry.
she sounds
Hold on,
wonderful.
I'm going to play that one again. Hold on.
Oh, God.
Hi, this is Michelle. I'm rooting for Mike.
Is Michelle Michael?
No, I think it was Michelle.
Oh, no, I think Michelle is Michael.
So thanks for calling, Michelle.
Hold on,
I would be more than happy to take your gift card.
I think you should actually give him my gift card. This is Michelle.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pull out Shenanigans here.
Yeah, she said Michelle twice. So.
All right, so when I was a kid...
So that means I get one of the gift cards.
No, hold on. When I was a kid, growing up in my neighborhood, there was a little old lady up around the corner who was named Grandma Somerville.
Okay.
Grandma Somerville was from West Virginia.
Is she listening to the show?
Grandma Somerville is many years past.
Okay.
But she knew when you were lying. and she would hold her finger under your mouth, like right under your bottom lip, and you had to look her dead in the eye and say the words "chicken poopy" 5 times without smiling or laughing.
This is a real story?
Real story.
This is a real woman?
Swear to God.
Okay.
And it worked every time. She couldn't look her in the eye without giving away the fact that you were lying.
Chicken poopy.
My finger's not the whole lot. My finger has to be there.
Chicken poopy. Chicken poopy.
You're smiling already.
Chicken poopy.
You were smiling.
Chicken poopy.
You're so full of it.
No, I was
You're
not
full
smiling.
of chicken poopy.
I was not. That may be true,
All right,
but
tell
I
you
was
what,
not smiling.
Michelle, since the phone call came from your phone number, and I can see that on here, you're completely busted anyway, pal. I gave you the opportunity. But you're full of chicken poopy, and thank you, Michelle, for your call.
Well, for the record, I did tweet and call, so there was no stipulation out there that said that I was not
the guy
eligible.
who's buying the card is telling you the stipulation is I'm not buying you a Dunkin' card.
No.
I'd say
okay.
What?
One question trivia.
One question.
Double or nothing. The winner, if you get this right, I owe you a $20 gift card.
And
if you get it wrong, I get a $20 gift card. Yeah.
This is silly. Why I should have to even... Go ahead. Fire your question off.
It's a 2-part question.
then I'll throw your back answer. You have Shenanigans.
No.
Shenanigans.
Well, the first part's just a setup.
Shenanigans.
The category is The Sopranos.
Shenanigans. Okay. Shenanigans.
Tony went to a psychiatrist. What was his doctor's name?
Shenanigans. Dr. Melfi.
Great.
Shenanigans.
What was her psychiatrist's name?
Oh. Shenanigans. Lord. Shenanigans. The actor is actually a well-known director.
5.
Shenanigans. There's no time limit.
4.
You didn't set that in
You gave me a time limit on the other.
I don't remember his name. Shenanigans.
It was Dr. Kupferberg.
What was his first name?
Doctor.
So I got half right. So we owe each other a $10 gift card.
Well, you owe me a 20. I owe you a 10. So you just owe me the 10, which is what Michelle wanted to give me in the first place. So, all right, here we are. So we're back to where we started. So thanks for calling in, guys.
You lose.
Shenanigans. I think we should totally call Tom at some point today. But do you know what the rest of Liz's question was?
Oh, I can go back to that.
Yeah, let's go back to that because I'm
I
actually interested to hear because
get this set back up again.
That's fine.
She was talking to her coworker. She said
she was talking to her coworker. And her coworker likes 300-pound bald men with Santa beards.
Oh, my.
I think that's where she was going with that.
I was just talking with a coworker, and I know, Mo, that you are such a Star Wars fanatic.
I am.
My coworker has been kind of toying with this idea. Well, it's not really an idea. His belief about Star Wars that the rebels are, in fact, by definition, terrorists.
Ooh.
And
wait, what? The rebels are terrorists? They are fighting for freedom, so I would say they're more patriots, but okay.
He has a really hard time trying to talk to people about it because, that's a bad word, and and there's no such thing as good terrorists.
Well, patriots.
And I just wanted to kind of run that by you and see what your thoughts were on that idea. Because, it does make sense to me, the way he was explaining it, but, again, you're such a Star Wars fan, I thought it would be interesting to kind of hear your take on that feeling. But yeah, love you guys.
Aw.
Enjoying the show still. Episode 3. Great job.
Okay,
Bye.
well,
all right.
At least she's episode 3.
All right, it's a very simple point. Freedoms are being taken away. They are constricting on these people, and they're standing up for themselves. I would say the rebels truly are like our founding fathers. It's a great story. When you compare the two side by side, it's very much so rising up against the evil empire and the evil English.
The evil English.
Yeah.
those bastards.
At the time, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a very simple question for me. It brings me back, as we do for some reason every show, back to Kevin Smith talking about the people who were working on building the Death Star.
Yeah, right. Were they independent contractors, civilian contractors?
Yeah, you don't know.
I don't know.
And why should they die in this other fight? Well, they're also working for. They were working for the bad guys.
Uh-huh.
So that's what happens when you work for the bad guys.
That is what happens. But they were all the good guys as far as they were concerned. And they were the good guys episode 1 through 3. They turned bad.
Your politics will define that. They were building the Death Star, which is the bad guys. Period. That's the evil empire. They went to work for the evil empire. They probably got good government jobs with benefits in the whole 9 yards.
I would love to see Star Wars told from the perspective of the evil empire that actually makes them into the good guys.
Yeah.
And it's kind of more of a, Confederate traitor situation going on.
Yeah, sorry, you're not going to... I mean, it would still be an awful group of people doing awful things and killing many people.
Sure.
Sure. The rebels didn't fire off on children.
What if everyone on Alderaan touched the hiney?
Valid point. They could be bad people on Alderaan.
They could be all very bad people on Alderaan.
But it wasn't just Alderaan. First off, that's an entire planet. There are no absolutes as far as how people react and how people act.
Well,
all humans on this planet aren't like, we're all very different.
What if their planetary anthem included the phrase "touch the hiney"? I want to touch the hiney on Alderaan without asking permission, like something like that.
Like to touch the hiney.
Yeah, this is getting off the rails. Liz, what did you do? What did you do to this show?
Liz, tell your coworker that no, they're fascists, and we don't want to have that discussion.
Boom.
Done.
Drop the mic. Do not drop the mic.
Can I drop this mic?
Do not drop that mic.
We already broke the mic.
No, the mic stand broke, and then we fixed it, and here we are recording another lovely show. Yeah. Yeah, that's that was a deep question.
It was a deep question, and how dare you attack the rebels, happily known as rebel scum. I'll take that.
Happily known as rebel scum.
Rebel scum.
Scruffy-looking nerf herder rebel scum.
Yeah.
Love it.
Scruffy-looking nerf herder. Love it, man. You can bring up any kind of comparison with Star Wars, and I will happily take that on. Anyone else want to call in? By the way, we haven't given away the number yet. People want to call in. 631-7-MYKE-MO.
631-7-MYKE-MO.
Why do you like that song so much? You like that jingle?
I don't know. I said it, and it stuck.
MYKE.
That's right.
MO.
That's right.
Because that's my MO.
Was it 617?
631.
Shit.
631-7-MYKE-MO. Or drop us an email, mikeandmo@gmail.com.
That's us.
Yeah, that's us.
That's us.
Still working on a new logo. I love that we've seen some samples come in. We've had a few of those samples come in, and they look really good.
Yeah.
There could be some great and some really difficult choices for us down the road.
We may share our samples with you.
Yeah, let's get some input from the peoples.
Sure.
Yeah,
depending on if we have, and it's going to be the two people who actually drew them, who are going to be the two people actually listening to the show.
They'll vote and they'll share, and
then it's going to be one. It's going to be 1-to-1, and then we're going to have to call Tom, and he's the one who's going to have to make the decision.
Do we have to call Tom?
I don't know. The listeners do not know Tom. Some may. Some may.
That might be better for everyone.
It really may.
Tom's a very special kind of guy.
It really may.
And I think we should plan a call with Tom if we're going to have him on. The problem is Tom doesn't always have the
ambush.
The cleanest voice for the podcast.
What, as far as his language, or just
no, as far as how he speaks.
Oh, he's a mumbler?
He's a bit of a mumbler. Like that, yeah.
Yeah?
I'd be like, hey, Tom, how are you? I don't know what you said. Say it again, Tom. Can you say it slower? Oh, I feel great, and yes, I do like a little cream in my coffee.
All of a sudden, he turned into a tribble.
Yeah, he did. I don't know how that happened, but he is. So so that's how we open a show. That's crazy.
What a piss poor 15 minutes in podcasting history.
There's worse. Trust me. I've been listening to a lot more podcasts, listening to others who are out there and what they do.
Yeah, what are they saying?
There's a lot of nothing with a premise of something. Like
that should be the log line for our show.
A lot of nothing with a premise of something.
Yeah.
We don't have a premise though.
Two guys talking?
Yeah.
It works for me.
I had somebody stop me and ask me today about, like, hey, I saw you have this podcast out. What's it about? I said, I still don't know. I don't think
we'll figure it out by episode 10. Maybe.
Will we? I don't know.
Maybe.
I said it's very much like if you sat down at the bar next to Mike and myself, this would be what you'd hear. Aside from that chugging of a beer, yes, that's what you would hear.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably a little bit more PG-13 than some things that may come out at the bar.
Oh, I would agree. Depends on if that whiskey's flowing, then that's a concern.
Oh, the scotch. Give me that single malt scotch, baby.
Oh.
Give me that single malt scotch with one ice cube. No more, no less.
See, that's weird to say because you don't know the size of the ice cube. Do you prefer a shaved ice or a giant cube or I don't like the ones that are like the machine that's like a half moon sliver thing. I don't like those.
Oh yeah, that like the ice maker in my grandmother's refrigerator.
Yeah,
yeah.
Not a fan.
Yeah, no, I don't like those.
Ice makes a difference in your cocktail.
Oh, absolutely it does.
It does.
Especially with scotch because it'll water it down. That's why I don't want any more than one ice cube. It'll still make it cold. Now, I use those stones sometimes. You know, the
stones are great.
The stones.
But then you pour your own water in. You control the water.
Right. But if you put the ice cube in, you wait a minute, whole thing's going to get cold. Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, who is that? Who is that?
It's a wireless caller. Let's find out.
Put him on.
Hello? Hello? Hello, you're on the air.
Okay.
Hello? Oh, they hung up.
Well, that was the worse call than the first two that we received in.
I would have bought something.
Well,
My credit card was out. I would have bought something.
When are we? I guess you know what? No, I was gonna say when are we gonna turn the phones off?
No,
for this, but I kind of like what happened on that first episode.
You might be the only one, but yeah.
I don't know. The guy trying to sell. I turned it around on him. I got 2 telemarketers hung up on me. Like, usually I'm the one hanging up on the telemarketers, but the 2 telemarketers hung up on me on separate calls.
Do you remember in our first show we talked about you having a poor first impression, and that could be it?
I do, and actually the first comment we got on any social media post from one of our listeners down in Virginia, and Jan said, "I didn't like you the first time I met you either."
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It's valid.
Granted, when I met her, I was in college and we were having a zombie drinking party, so I was all decked out in zombie gear.
And I'm sure
like,
you were.
Like
I'm
makeup.
Sure
we had the makeup,
so
the
charming.
whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And the funniest part about it is that this was in I don't know, the springtime at some point.
Okay.
So it's not like Halloween when you would go out and like expect to see people dressed up as zombies. We walked out to the bars like 20 zombies.
See,
and people were, "What's going on
that's
here?"
Fun. I'm going to tell you, my brother used to have themed parties all the time when I was younger. My brother's 8 years older than me, so there's a little age difference.
Okay.
So you got to figure he's 20 and I'm a 12-year-old kid. They would have themed parties all the time, and they've gone away. I miss people having theme parties. When he lived in Cincinnati, he had a beach party.
That's a great place for a beach party.
On his porch of his condo, they put down all kinds of plastic and then poured sand.
That's
and
brilliant.
Had a beach on his back.
Absolutely
second
brilliant.
floor.
Was there a view of the river at least?
No.
There was no water
trees.
involved.
Yeah.
No water whatsoever. Okay.
And then at his friend's house, I remember at one point there was a heaven party. And you came as your favorite dead person who you expected to see in heaven. And his friend that hosted the party was at the front door as St. Peter with a stand and would check for your name at the pearly gates.
Okay.
And they put dry ice in all the corners of the room, so it was like a cloud. And you came as your favorite dead person.
So, okay, what if somebody was like, "I'm going to go to this party and I'm going to dress as Joseph Stalin"?
Right.
Would they not let them in?
They would let them in. Because, hey.
Like, was it an opinion-based thing?
No, it was invite basis, so you just show up as who you think belongs in heaven.
Okay.
So I don't think anyone would show up as Stalin, but you never know. There's always a
But
wise
it's
guy
completely subjective.
It is.
It is completely subjective.
Well, as heaven may be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. We don't know who's there.
We don't know.
We don't know who's going
I don't know who's up there.
But yeah, zombie party in April.
South Park did a great
It
job
was
of
great.
that, by the way.
Oh, yeah, they did. They do a great job with everything. They can do no wrong.
Who's in hell?
They can do no wrong.
You know?
Who was in hell? Okay. Saddam Hussein was in hell.
Right.
I think Gandhi was in hell.
Michael Landon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wasn't Gandhi in hell in that episode?
I think he was. And Andy Dick and his mom.
So Andy Dick molested me one time.
What?
This is a true story.
This may not be the place to share. I mean, sharing is caring, but this may not be the best place to
It was literally my first celebrity sighting ever on the first night I went out after moving to Los Angeles.
Wow.
And Andy Dick was wasted at a bar in Hollywood. And basically within 3 minutes of me walking in, I was like, "Oh my God, there's Andy Dick. Let's go meet a celebrity. This is going to be cool." First mistake.
Not cool.
First mistake. Yeah. Throughout the night, let's see. He grabbed my knee. He licked my friend John's ear.
Weird.
I think our friend Pete, he like actually tried to take his pants off.
What?
And then,
what kind of bar are you in where these things happen?
Here's the funniest part. I mean, actually, it's not really funny, but this is Andy Dick, right? So everyone's like, yeah, I believe it. And this is not outing. Like, this isn't going to get him in trouble.
Right.
Right.
Well, no one's going to hear it.
Because that too. But Andy Dick then got up on the table and started dancing. And he stepped on his jeans, and his jeans ripped all the way from his ankle up to his thigh. So it looked like he had, so his leg was then coming out of it. And we're just sitting there the whole time just going, oh, Andy. Oh, Andy Dick. Oh, you're so... and then after last call, we pay our bill, this and that, whatever. We go outside. Andy Dick is taking piggyback rides from every single person that he can jump on their back.
Really?
And this is absolutely... This was my first ever celebrity sighting in Los Angeles.
Come on.
First celebrity sighting.
First one that you saw?
Yes.
It's just weird.
This was... I was literally in L.A. for 36 hours.
It's such a...
And I was
LA
unpacking.
Story.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was real weird. I was like, this is going to be cool. Let's hang out with a celebrity. And then it was just like, no, it's just going to be Andy Dick being Andy Dick. And I hope that, this doesn't get Andy Dick in trouble, but I don't think it will because this story is probably, on the scale of 0 to Andy Dick, this is probably like a 3 as far as shit that he's pulled.
No, it's just weird.
Yeah.
It's just awkward. And it's definitely pre this time because he did that now, it'd be all over the place. It'd be all over TMZ would own that story.
But see, it's Andy Dick. TMZ would be like, yeah, it's Andy Dick.
It's Andy Dick doing what Andy Dick does.
It's just Andy Dick trying to cop a feel on 3 young guys.
Just awkward.
Yeah.
All right, so how do we get away from an awkward conversation on the podcast?
Listen, it was a true story. It's an absolutely true story.
Let's take it back to I want to take it back to the TV things. A couple things I want to talk about with that.
Okay.
We talked about TV shows and our favorite shows. And
no one mentioned Get Smart, by the way.
No, Get Smart was a great show. Yeah. Pre my time even, and you love that show.
Get Smart was amazing. The second iteration of Get Smart was not very good.
The movie was not good at all. Steve Carell?
Get Smart. Oh, no. That doesn't even count for me.
You know what really stinks about that?
There was a Get Smart movie, though, with Don Adams and Barbara Fell.
Really?
Yeah. It was called Get Smart Again, and it's absolutely hilarious.
Of course,
and I actually have the DVD, which is very difficult to find.
Yeah.
The Get Smart reboot that they brought back to cable in the early 2000s was not as good, even though they had Don Adams back in it. Do you know who played Don Adams' son?
Don Adams' son?
Yeah, in that show. Do you know who played Maxwell Smart's son? Do you know who played Maxwell?
No.
Andy Dick.
Come on. Yeah. That's probably why it wasn't any good.
Full circle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny that you bring up the son part because I just heard today, and apparently this was just all over the internets today.
Okay.
That they're making a prequel to The Sopranos.
To The Sopranos, yeah, and it's going to be Gandolfini's son.
Michael Gandolfini is going to play the young Tony Soprano.
And the casting did a great job because he looks just like him.
Oh, it's amazing. Well, yeah.
The casting director should totally win an Emmy for that. Let me tell you. I don't know how they did it.
It's funny that people are like, well, he'd be great to play the son of, like he should win an award for that. That's like saying Eminem should win an award for, 8 Mile. He played himself.
Yeah.
You don't get an award for being yourself. I love Eminem, don't get me wrong.
Sure.
And it was a great movie, don't get me wrong.
It was.
But you don't get awards as an actor for being who you are.
So autobiographical films don't...
There's no stretch.
They don't count.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's honestly, that's a fair debate to have. I could see it both ways because it's not easy to get in front of the camera even if you are acting as yourself.
But every actor does that every day.
Sure. He's also not an actor.
No, but the minute you say, I'm going to star in a movie, guess what? You're an actor, pal. Step in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I will say that when I was starting to say before with Get Smart, the movie, I love Steve Carell, and I love me some Bill Murray, who plays a little role in there, too.
There you go.
But not appearing there. Not appearing, not showing up, not being who they needed to be for that show. And I think I know the reason why the movie didn't work.
Do tell.
It belongs in a certain time period.
What, Get Smart?
Yeah, it doesn't belong
it's Cold War era. No, it has to be a Cold War era
The shoe phone
it doesn't work
is critical.
Yeah.
It's a huge part.
Yeah.
You can't take that away and have it just pop up and be like, oh, see how much fun this is. This showed up. No, that was the coolest thing.
Well, iPhones weren't a thing. The shoe phone.
I was a kid.
And it was a rotary shoe phone.
I would pull that phone up and put it in my ear, and I was like, oh, this is my shoe. And my shoe had like dog poo on it, but I was still answering it like it was a phone.
A lot of ear infections.
No, it was
a lot of ear infections.
I built up an immunity. That's why it works.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like those gadgets on that show, or like even early Bond films, stuff like that, which are
cool stuff,
but they are reality now.
Yes.
Just like when you watch Star Trek: The Next Generation,
or Dick Tracy.
A lot of that stuff is reality now. Yeah, there's no need for a watch phone
because you have one.
Because it exists now.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah,
crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, you're totally right though about the. I mean, I think that was the coolest gadget that that Maxwell Smart had was the shoe phone. But it's hilarious because you would pop off the sole and then it was a rotary phone and right. You had to dial. And in the movie, there's a really great scene in the movie,
yes.
the Don Adams movie, where he had two shoe phones and one of them was for local and one was
right.
for long distance. And there was
right.
there was some confusion and then one of them kept going to an operator and he was telling the operator to have someone call him on his other phone, and there was just a lot of confusion. It was a really funny scene.
And I want to bring back some other confusion when we talk about TV shows because we don't have a lot of fans, but we have fans that want to talk about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. we owe that.
That actually, I think, was our most commented on Facebook post because we had, we did a post a couple episodes ago. What's your favorite TV show of all time? And Seinfeld, Sopranos, those made the top of our lists. And then, of course, somebody came in. I think it was Rhea, right? Came in. Yeah. So Rhea came in with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And, I'm never a fan of the show, but then someone else seconded it, and then that person tagged 50 people, and then other people started to chime in, and it's apparently a good show. I've seen the movie a lot.
I saw the show when it first came out, and I did follow Angel for a bit, because he was kind of a cool character. David Boreanaz playing Angel was really solid, but really it was more for Charisma Carpenter, who was just gorgeous. She was the reason I'd watch the show.
Okay.
But aside from that, there's some other great debates in that same thread. Debates like In Living Color.
Love In Living Color.
Friends.
Great show.
Yeah. MASH was brought up again. We brought that up on the show.
We talked about that. That's a little bit,
but it does belong on that
discussion.
I saw
West Wing was on there a few times.
West Wing was
on
Middle.
There a few times. The Middle is good. It doesn't belong on the all-time list, but it's good as far as the shows that are on right now. I like it better than Modern Family. It's in that ABC block.
And Muppet Babies.
I mean, yeah. What do you want? I watched the Muppet Babies.
It was a little after my time for me to watch the Muppet Babies.
I watched the Muppet Babies.
Although Baby Animal was really cool.
He was.
Yeah.
Whenever I think of the Muppet Babies, I'm always I forget what the name of it was, but there was some sort of it was like a feature-length PSA starring every single Saturday morning cartoon character.
Okay.
And it was basically an anti-drug PSA. Early 90s.
Yeah, Yo Joe.
Or something. I forget exactly what it was called.
How you end that? Don't do drugs, kids. Yo Joe.
But I mean, regardless, it was called Cartoon All Stars.
I remember the Cartoon All Star Olympics they used to do. The old Hanna-Barbera ones.
I don't.
Oh, they were so good. They'd take all these different cartoons from different shows that were all Hanna-Barbera. And they would compete in an Olympics, like the ABC used to do the Superstars show.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And they did a couple of them with all the cartoons. It was the coolest show because all your cartoon friends are competing against each other. Dick Dastardly was always trying to sneak around and do something, and Snidely would be there, just kind of laughing at him the whole time.
Well, this may have been the death of Cartoon All Stars. Cartoon All Stars to the rescue. I just found it here. It was financed by McDonald's.
Ooh.
It was simulcast on all 4 major networks, ABC, NBC, Fox, and CBS at the same time, April 1990.
Wow.
Okay, April 21, 1990. Featuring Winnie the Pooh, the Smurfs, Kermit the Frog, and Miss Piggy. I see Donald Duck. I see Alf. I see Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Wow.
I see Huey, Dewey, and Louie. I see Slimer.
Wow, Slimer. Ghostbusters love.
And Garfield. Oh, there's Tigger.
Is Odie in there too?
There is Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
So I mean,
by the way,
as a little kid, I thought it was really cool, and now I'm just like, oh wait, the whole thing was just one big anti-drug PSA.
Yeah.
Which it
didn't work for you.
I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it since then. Maybe if they re-aired it in when I was in high school with some other characters closer to that time of my life.
Maybe.
Like,
by the way, when you mentioned Bugs Bunny, I'm going to say every time when I know one comes up in conversation, Mel Blanc, who is a god in the world of cartoons,
sure,
the voice of Bugs Bunny,
absolutely.
And how many characters? He was a Freemason.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Just throwing that out there for you.
There you go. Well, I need a new rock wall, so if you could send him over my way.
Freemason.
Yeah, free rock wall.
Freemason,
that's
stonemason,
that's what I heard.
Very different things.
Uh-huh.
We are what's known as speculative Freemasons, speculative Masons, not operative Masons.
Okay.
But I do want to give a big thanks to the person who shut you up for a second when we were talking about the great shows, Armin Gara, who played in The Sopranos.
I wouldn't say he shut me up. I didn't stop.
He shut you up a little bit.
I didn't stop.
Because Coco would slap you around.
Listen, I'll agree that The Sopranos, well, if Coco were still here, may he rest in peace, maybe he would have something to say.
Coco's big dude.
Yeah, that is not up
and it
for
took
debate.
somebody the strength and power of Tony Soprano to really put him down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I
thank him for coming on to our thread and listening to the shows. And
I don't necessarily think he shut me up, especially considering I never said Sopranos was not on the list.
I think he stifled your sarcasm.
No, I don't think he did.
Stifled.
No, I don't think he did. There's one way to settle this is to get his ass in here.
He's a busy guy, man. He's working on some other stuff. He's a very, very busy actor.
Okay. Well, Coco isn't doing anything right now, so let's get Coco in here.
I believe you challenged him to say it to your face.
I did say it to my face.
This is why first impressions are not your best thing.
I don't think he dislikes me necessarily.
No, that's not a good first impression.
No,
the minute you meet someone, even just on social media, say it to my face.
It was like 15 minutes.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't instigate until. Well, actually, no, I think I did.
You did.
Yeah.
It was pretty much right away.
Well, all right, come on, Coco, bring it.
You're a Facebook tough guy.
Come on in, bring it right now.
Podcast.
Let's go. I'm a podcast tough guy. The podcast tough guy over you.
Go, hey, sorry. Hey.
Bring it in. Bring it over.
Excellent
Come on, Coco.
Stuff.
Let's go.
Excellent stuff. So what else is things we want to talk about? What do people like talking about? I don't want to talk politics. I'm not talking about the wall. I'm not going there.
Well, you already got a little bit political before, so...
What did I do?
We got the politics out of the way.
About Star Wars?
Yeah, we got the politics out of the way.
It's basics.
We got the politics out of the way. So I posed this question because... So I went to a Subway restaurant. And
this is new for me.
There was somebody. I've had this conundrum out loud before. I'm sure you've heard it.
I might not have been paying attention.
I was at a Subway restaurant, and the man in.
Are they considered restaurants? I guess they are.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know.
Absolutely, they're restaurants.
Okay, sure.
I think technically a food truck is the only thing that doesn't qualify as an actual restaurant.
I don't know. All right.
Are they serving food?
I think. I guess.
Are there tables?
I guess. Is that the defining characteristic of a restaurant?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would think so.
I don't know if would Gordon Ramsay recognize them as a restaurant? A restaurant? Damn.
I think so. I think he would.
Yeah.
That's actually, this is actually that. It's a good question to put out there. Because
by the way, little side note, we're both big fans of the Gordon Ramsay.
Oh yeah.
Big
I've watched every Hell's Kitchen as they've come out for the last decade.
Yeah.
When I was working the overnight shift doing CBS's March Madness, the college basketball tournament.
Right.
I don't know. I guess it was almost 10 years ago. Yeah, it was 10 years ago. And on the overnight, we would basically have to wait for all the game results to be done, and then a bunch of other stuff to come in and get all the footage, and then we could actually work. So there was always a gap about 30 minutes in between the game ending. If the game was just an absolute blowout and it lost our interest, which often happens in the first 2 rounds of the tournament, unless there's a major upset coming,
right?
We were actually watching Hell's Kitchen. I want to say it was like Hell's Kitchen 7 or something like that. Maybe 5 or 6. I don't know. But we got really into it, and we got so into one of these shows that we actually were like, you know what? Florida at Vanderbilt can wait. The country can wait, because this is getting there's a black jacket on the line right now. Wow. Yeah. So sorry, March Madness fan. And maybe it's not a coincidence that the following year, or maybe 2 years later, is when Turner bought the rights to it, and CBS didn't hold on to him. So maybe
your fault.
Maybe it was Gordon Ramsay's fault. I don't know.
For making such a quality show.
Such a damn fine television program.
I have to tell you, whenever I watch, I binge Ramsay stuff. I don't care if it's Hell's Kitchen, if it's Kitchen Nightmares, whatever.
Have you seen the prison one? On Amazon Prime. Yeah.
What?
It was like in 2012. He goes into a prison and tries to create a sustainable business with prisoners. And we discovered this just while surfing Prime on, I don't know, like last week or 2 weeks ago. I'm only 3 episodes in. It is brilliant.
I have to watch it.
It was only like a 4 or 5 part series.
Every time I binge Gordon Ramsay stuff, I find myself going, I want to make duck. I want to make duck now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The last episode of Hell's Kitchen. Duck. And this is one thing I can't stand about Hell's Kitchen. The last episode of
binge it? Yeah, it bugs me.
Oh, you can. Every episode's online. That's also on Prime.
Not the new ones.
No, not the new ones.
That's what I'm saying. That's what drives me nuts. It's not bingeable.
So
but the old ones, yeah.
The thing that gets me the most is that one of these chefs, and it's the final 6, they're actually battling for who's going to get the black jackets.
Are you talking about back then or the new one?
Last week's, the new one, yeah.
Yeah.
And
spoiler alert, I'm caught up with you here.
Okay, so, great. Yeah. So one of the chefs gets duck.
And she's like, I've never
cooked with duck.
What?
How have you never cooked with duck?
She's been on the show before. She's a veteran.
Duck. I've cooked duck.
She's a veteran of the show.
It's not a difficult meat to cook.
No,
it's awesome.
It's a little fatty.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You score the fat, you get the crispy skin. It's fantastic. It's great.
And delicious.
How has she never cooked with duck? And there was another one that she never cooked with.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was.
Or was it? Who's the one? Was it last season?
No, it was the same. I'm talking about this episode though. The same girl.
I'm saying it was last season. The guy who never cooked pasta.
I don't know what that is.
That's crazy.
The only time it's excusable is on MasterChef.
It was on MasterChef. That's right. That guy never cooked pasta.
Oh, it was the guy from China though.
Yeah.
It was the guy from China.
Look, you show up. You're going to want the show in America. You better know how to cook pasta.
Yeah.
It's a staple.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking, wasn't it also more of the? He also had to make the pasta.
But I showed him how to make the pasta.
Wasn't really sure what pasta was.
He just didn't know.
And then we're sitting on the couch like, lo mein.
Yeah.
Hello, mein.
Basically, pasta.
Yeah.
So, by the way, who are you rooting for now in this current Hell's Kitchen?
Oh man. That's a tough one.
Black Jackets are out, man. I'm stoked.
The Black Jackets are out. I don't know because there's what's the really obtuse
the jerk guy,
but he's great. But I love him with all the Italian tattoo. I got an eggplant tattooed on me. I got my mom and dad tattooed, and I got
actually a really good impression.
And it's a quote.
Yeah.
You go, oh, I got eggplant. That doesn't matter. I got an eggplant tattooed on me. And it's like every single episode, he gets like this ingredient, and he's like, I got it tattooed on me. It's okay. He's like, oh yeah, I got muscles on my muscles. I almost went Rodney Dangerfield on that, but I pulled it back.
That's likely my best impression I know of any impression.
But he was totally, I got the eggplant tattoo. So I didn't like him at first. I think it starts with an S. I can't remember. You're looking it up.
I'm looking it up right now, yeah.
I want him to win. Only because he don't give a shit about nobody.
All right, let me go through this.
The other one, and my wife hates her, is Mia.
I love Mia.
She's really good, but she's also kind of like...
She's adorable.
I don't care about the adorable because...
She's adorable.
It doesn't matter.
Her personality is bubbly. She's an adorable person.
It doesn't matter if you're adorable or not. You're on the line. You're in the kitchen. But she can cook. That's the thing.
She can't cook as strongly in the pressure, but she can cook.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just happy that Trevor's gone. I didn't like him at all.
Trevor was a little whiny. Brett.
Brett, yes.
Brett.
Yes, love Brett. Love Brett.
I don't like Brett.
No, I love him.
I love Ariel. I think Ariel's got the best shot at winning the whole thing.
He's great. Yeah, no, she's good too. She's good too.
I was not a fan of Scott Lee. He was a bit much.
Yeah.
Like his name is a bit much. Pick one, Scott or Lee. Scott Lee is a little much.
There's always those. I'm glad that this year actually had like a bunch of people who actually could cook. Like the earlier seasons of Hell's Kitchen were just like, we found this guy drowning in a gutter. Can you cook some scallops?
And we're gonna give him a recipe.
Some scallops and risotto. Risotto, excuse me, risotto and scallops.
You burn the scallops. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what Master Chef's for.
Yeah.
When you're dying in a gutter.
Who was that? There was a guy early on, like one of the first years. There was a guy that he was a little overweight. He was a little chunky. He had
I didn't see you on that show.
long name. This was early on. What, you didn't see what?
Nothing.
You didn't see me on the show?
Yeah.
I'm not the only fat guy in the history of ever. And he called him a muffin. That was my favorite one. What are you doing, you muffin?
I'd say Gordon Ramsay probably has some of the best insults ever.
He's great, and no one. I was looking online the other day to see if anyone has ever punched him. You would think a contestant at some point on one of these shows when they're facing, he's screaming at him and swearing at him, would haul off and deck him. People have argued. And
you would
fought
think
with him,
so,
but no one's had the audacity to actually punch the guy.
No, you would think so, but he probably has some of the best like insults.
Oh, they're fantastic.
And just reactions. I forget one of them. I don't even remember what show it was. I think it was MasterChef when he yelled.
Are you rooting for Brett to win this whole thing, by the way?
I wouldn't mind.
That's who you want to win?
I wouldn't mind, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I wouldn't mind.
He's too obnoxious for me. I'd like to see either Ariel or Mia come out with a win here.
See, I don't think Mia would be good to run a kitchen. Because on the leadership, yeah, exactly. That's the problem. That's
she's
the
learning.
Point. That's the point.
I'm rooting for her. I don't necessarily think she's one of my. She is enjoying this process more than anyone else. And Heather is the one that was never cooked duck. Ooh. Keep the noises down. Ooh. Heather's the one that couldn't cook duck.
Yeah.
And she's a veteran of the show. She's been on the show once before. How do you not know how to cook every protein that's out there?
I mean, you absolutely should. There's no excuse for that. I know how to cook a duck.
I can cook duck.
I once posted a picture on Instagram that got a lot of people upset because I got a duck. It was a whole duck. The head was still on. Sure. Right.
Like when you go to most Chinese food places, you order duck, and the head is on.
That's where I got it.
Yeah.
That's where I got it. And I'm holding up this raw dead duck by the neck.
Yeah.
Holding it by the throat.
That's where you hold it.
And I posted it, and I was like, I don't know, hi, everybody. I don't know what the caption was. But there was
hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody, I have a duck. But so many people were upset with me.
They were quacking up
and
over
it's like, have you ever eaten... All right, that was all right. Have you ever eaten meat? Yes or no? Yes? Okay. That had a head at
Correct.
some point.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, by the way, that duck's tongue was phenomenal.
Really?
Delicacy.
Really?
Delicacy
Duck
status.
Tongue.
Duck tongue.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I would want to taste that.
See, I have a philosophy. I will try anything once.
I've heard that about you.
It's got...
Andy Dick is the one that said that.
There you go. There you go. Well, it's gotten me into trouble before. No, but as it pertains to food, I'll try anything once. There was when I was in England a couple years ago. I was a producer of a soccer TV show, and we filmed it in England. I was in London for a month, and there's a delicacy in like the northeastern part of England. It's called jellied eels.
Okay.
It's a cold dish with eels that are suspended in like a salt brine gelatin. So think of going to get Jell-O, right? But instead of being cherry flavored, it's salt water and eel flavored.
Okay.
And I tried it, and it was actually really good. And everyone's looking at me like, oh, gross. I'm like, if it was really that bad, it wouldn't be a delicacy with jellied eel like all over town.
It wouldn't exist on a menu somewhere.
Let alone multiple establishments created only to sell this one dish.
Right.
They also, I mean, they had their pies. They had their mash and liquor, which is really good. Liquor is not an alcoholic beverage. I thought it was. I was like, mash and liquor. I was like, yes, I want mashed potatoes and your finest whiskey, please. But no.
What is mash and liquor?
Liquor, it's like a green, I think it was like a parsley sauce. It's like an herb type sauce that you put over on top of the mash. Damn. Absolutely delicious. Gordon Ramsay has probably had it before.
I'm sure he has.
I would
assume. An English delicacy.
Yeah, there was a lot of food that I wasn't actually expecting. Because when you think England, you think like, you know, they probably just eat the same things that we do. I'm sure.
No, it's all like brown sauce.
Yeah, but I'll have some
brown sauce.
I'll have some brown sauce. It actually wasn't as bland as I was expecting it to be.
Okay.
When I went over there, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a month of eating garbage, and it was actually pretty good. And the Sunday roast, I love a good Sunday roast. That was fantastic. The
Sunday
Yorkshire
roast.
pudding.
Oh,
I can get behind some Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah.
There is a lot of really good, and the Indian food. My God,
I'm not a big fan of Indian food. We've had this discussion between ourselves. Yeah. I'm not a fan. I don't like a lot of curry. It's cooked with a lot of curry.
Yeah.
I don't like curry so much, and I don't like the smell of curry in the air.
Yeah.
So going to an Indian restaurant's a big turnoff for me. Immediately, you walk in, I'm like, it's all I can smell is curry. But I don't like
the tikka masala over there, which is an English dish, by the way. It's not Indian.
Okay.
It's an English dish. It probably has something to do with their whole, colonial
I'll take your word.
Expansion into India and,
I will take your word.
Yeah, it was the only thing on the menu, which is why Gandhi actually went on a hunger strike. It had nothing to do with principle. It was just because they're like, this is English food. This isn't.
I'm not going to touch it.
That's a bad Gandhi impression. What? This is English food. What? This isn't my Indian curry.
Gandhi took a vow of silence, so maybe he did.
Yeah.
Sound like that.
Hey, before we go, can we please call Tom?
Oh, we can.
Just call him out.
I'm not going to tell you no. We can't do that.
Just call him out of the blue.
And by the way, I still want to know your final decision. I mean, I kind of threw it up there that who you'd pick, but who is your choice? Who would you like to see win Hell's Kitchen? And second part of that question,
I'll go with Brett.
When they do, should we take a road trip and go get a meal at their kitchen?
In Vegas?
Yep.
If the airports are open, sure.
They're open.
Not all of them.
They're open.
Not all of them.
Plenty of them are open.
Not all of them.
But we go out there, we take a visit, not just to Hell's Kitchen. I want to go to the Winning Resort Kitchen. I want to go to, the funny part is when you look at like all these kitchen nightmare shows, all those places are closed. He went in, did all this work,
all
turned the place around, closed.
All of them.
Gone.
No, actually, we went back and looked because after we finished watching Kitchen Nightmares, we were like, let's see what's cooking. There's maybe like 2 per season that are still going.
The one over here near us, I want to say Carrot House. It's not Carrot House. I always call it the wrong name. In Woodbury. Still open.
What, the one that was just on the new show?
No. This is going back a few years. He was one that's maybe it wasn't Kitchen Nightmares. It was one the Hotel Hell.
Oh, Hotel Hell.
Yeah, that one.
I liked Hotel Hell.
Yeah, me too.
Hotel Hell is good because it's like Kitchen Nightmares with more roaches. There's more opportunity for shit to go wrong on Hotel Hell.
Agree.
Like sometimes it's just all in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's like the rooms are shite.
Okay, so your choice for this show is Brett.
Yes, I'll go with
second
Brett.
choice.
Probably Ariel, I guess.
Who do you want to win? Who do you think will win?
I want Brett to win. I think Ariel's going to win.
All right. I like Mia. I really do. She's very sweet. I don't think she'll win. I like Ariel as one of the most talented, but I think Motto has a good shot.
Motto is like he's a dark horse.
Like Motto.
He's a dark horse.
He is.
He's
a
dark
Motto.
horse.
So
you just like the beard. You're like, I'm going to go for the bearded guy.
Go for the bearded guy.
I'm going to go for the bearded guy.
But I'm not going for Brett. Do your Brett impression again. Come on.
Still got an eggplant on my arm.
Sound like Bronxy, too.
Got an eggplant. Does Bronxy have an eggplant on his arm?
No.
That's actually...
That's how you know I know how to cook. I got an eggplant on my arm.
He probably... Hey, Rodney. He probably got that...
Easy, huh?
He probably got that tattoo before emojis were a big thing. Like, if someone goes and gets an eggplant on their arm now... There's a completely different meaning now to having an eggplant on your arm. Yeah, right?
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
That would be a bold move, actually. Someone just to get like an eggplant, and that's the only tattoo that they have is the eggplant emoji
on my forearm.
On your forehead, and it's just broadcast to the world. Like, hey, everybody.
That's too funny.
That is the 21st millennial version of driving like a Maybach. No, actually, if you drive a Maybach, that means you're actually rich.
Oh, that's just too funny, man.
I'm going with that. You know where I'm going with that.
I do. You know exactly where you're going.
Compensating for something, get an eggplant tattooed on your forehead.
Well, I was trying to avoid the topic because it's not as good a topic. So let's do this topic. Let's call. Let's call Tom.
Okay. Are we gonna be able to understand him this way, or should we call him with the?
We're not gonna be able to understand him at all.
Okay.
Because it's Tom.
Yeah. Does he know your number?
I'm calling him from here, so he doesn't know this number at all. Cool. He might not pick up.
Hi, is this Tom? Yes. Is this Tom?
Oh my.
Tom, are you there? You're a winner.
Oh boy.
Tom, do you know what you've won?
I bet you I won nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Oh no, Tom, you've definitely won. You've won yourself a Dunkin' Donuts gift card courtesy of The Bar Is Low with Myke and Mo.
Oh! Hang up. All right, well, there you go. That's one way to announce it.
Oh, wow.
That's one way to announce it. I wonder how that's going to sound.
He's going to call back.
Oh, if he calls back, then it's on.
Nah, let's put it to the next show if he does. Hey. Want to go cook some duck?
Whack.
You foot the bill.
Whack.
Ah!
Oh, very nice. Very nice. No gentlemanly tips today?
Oh, good.
Yeah, you're like, we're done. No. I want a tip.
All right, you start.
Don't tattoo an eggplant on your forehead.
Or your arm or anywhere else.
That's my tip for the day.
Wow. Mine is, and this is a gentlemanly thing to do, and I'm not doing it today because we're not perfect. Wear a watch.
Okay.
Wear a watch. It's important for people. People are always want to know what time it is. They're digging in their pocket to get their phone out.
Right.
Whatever's going on. Always wear a watch. It finishes off a little touch of class, a little bit of jewelry, nothing crazy, but always have a watch on so you can give people the time of day.
Would you go like a Rolex, nice Rolex, or like 300-year-old vintage pocket watch?
I get to choose whichever one I want.
Yeah, like if you had one of the two, like to finish off your perfect outfit.
Pocket watch.
You'd go pocket watch?
Oh God, yeah.
I could see you with the pocket
They're
watch.
outstanding.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the pocket watch.
There
I like
you
a classier, older look with a lot of things.
You just like fumbling through your pocket.
Well, sometimes. But I also, like you complimented my hat today. Like I like an older, traditional kind of thing.
Yeah. You make a good newsie.
A little bit of a news. It's they call that a driver's hat in some places. It's a wool.
I always just called it a newsie hat.
No, I don't know if it's the official. I think is a driver's hat.
Did you like the newsies?
Yeah.
That's it.
Fneh.
All right, fair. Oh, throwback.
Fneh.
All right.
All right. Well, Tom's not calling back.
We gave him ample opportunity to do so.
So that's another show, as they say, in the can.
Bon appetit.
Say in the can? You say bon appetit? That's where you're going to
go? I don't know.
I set that one up on a tee for you.
Yeah.
And you just ducked it all up. That's a show.
All right. No, that is a show. Good one. All right.